Yeah, and certainly we've actually seen at least a couple prominent coaches make the switch to another FPS game out there. I gotta ask you,
Yeah,
what are
sure.
your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Valorant?
Honestly, I played a lot of Valorant right when it came out. I played with some of the players that are playing in Heretics now in EU. So I kind of enjoy the game. I think some aspects are not polished as well as they could have. They just nerfed the running and shooting and walking and shooting, which is probably one of the weirdest parts of the game, you know? So I think it's a really good game in general, and I'm happy that we have some competition in some sort of way for CS. Hopefully that I, I'm kind of hopeful for the EU scene because I know that they don't have the biggest support. The organizations don't pick up all the teams, and some of the players have a hard time, you know. But in general, I'm kind of positive for the future for Valorant and CS in general because it can only create kind of the same environment we had with League and with Dota, where you would have more direct competition with games, right? And CS have never had that. I don't think they've ever considered any of the other FPSs as a direct competitor before.
Yeah, certainly. I think you make a good point. You know, rising tide raises all ships with other competitive games. It has almost like a little bit of a rivalry, but overall it brings more eyes to
Yeah.
esports and gaming. So it should be fun to see the future of that. Bouncing off of that, would you ever be willing to compete at a pro level for a different esport, or is Counter Strike your sport?
I mean, like I've never considered that. Uh, that would probably require me to become really bad in CS. I feel like I love CS and I love the. I think the game is really beautiful in my opinion. Like there's some depths to it that you won't find in any other games with the tactics and the team play and um, it's kind of the basic rules that allow, but you have so many possibilities. I feel like let's take Valorant for an example. Like there's so many different ultimates and abilities. You don't always have the same kind of possibilities for every round. I feel like in CS, it's up to the team to create something really not, like a perfect strat or something like that. So I won't really, I don't have the interest of doing that. Um, but I'm not gonna say no because you never know what the future lies.
Can you ever see yourself, we kind of touched on this, playing Valorant as a pro when you are done with Counter Strike?
It's gonna be a maybe. It's gonna be a maybe.